spawning on the north side of the map here in the red on this new custom map. It's Kel. Bottom side of the map in the blue on Scarlet Isle. It's Mixu. Those of you say, hey, wait a minute here. This map looks really familiar. This map looks extremely familiar. Well, I'll give you... I guess this map doesn't have music. Could have sworn the custom maps had music. Unfortunate. But anyways, this map should look very familiar to a lot of people because it's effectively Stormgate's version of Vani Research Station, which was a great old Heart of the Swarm map. Seems like Oriole forgot to add music. Unfortunate. But what we are going to see here from Mixu is going to be a collection array first. He's got a wall up on the high ground. He's got himself a creation chamber. He's got a link node turning into a strike node very, very quickly. No, I mean the BeoMulf intro music. Honestly, I just kind of stopped doing it. I didn't think it added a ton of value for me. At least not for Stormgate. Because I can't do like the zoom in, all the fancy intro stuff. So we're still going to see Kel, though. He's still going for Vault Conclave into a shrine, which I think surprises me a little bit. He is going to go for a quick third is what it looks like, based on where this imp is going. But a little bit surprising that he did go Vault Conclave into a natural. But part of it is it takes so long for these Vault and Conclaves to come out that you just got to make sure you have them just in case. As we take a look at this map, by the way, there's no Therium at the natural. It's only on the more exposed base. So I do like this quite a bit, even as I'm like, it's Vani Research Station. Unfortunate. MSRM testing there, but he doesn't play with music turned on, so he couldn't give the feedback. Yeah. Farmy saying this game is basically unrecognizable from when I last watched it. Like, what the hell? So, Farmy, if you're trying to stay up to date, first of all, they changed a lot of the art. Second of all, we have new custom maps. Ariel has made all the maps outside of the ladder maps that are in the ladder pool. And I think in general, they're just better than the Frost Giant maps. But on top of that, crit camps are now gone. Stormgates have been added in. Stormgates are neutral objectives that spawn every 3.5 minutes. And they have like a damage bar below them. So this first tier 1 Stormgate means you have to do 1,000 damage more than your opponent to claim it. If you do, within 80 seconds of it being activated. If you do, you're going to get from a list of, I think it's like 6 rewards. And then you're going to get the reward. Another 3.5 minutes later, another one's going to spawn one of these 5 random spots on the map. It's going to be your opponent. If you claimed it, your opponent's going to do 50% more damage for every Stormgate that they've claimed, that you've claimed and they haven't, in a row, I believe is how that works. And the upgrades get progressively stronger. So for now, tier 1 is going to go off here as Mixu starts to go contest this a little bit. And he should have the damage, I think, with the Argents. By the way, Argents massively reworked. No longer do they have any sort of passive energy regen. Instead, at 50 energy, they give 1 big empowered shot. But up until that point, every bit of damage they do gives you, every 4 damage gives you 1 energy. So they're just going to kind of sit here, charge up. The auto attack's going to be turned off, so they're going to be able to like alpha strike whenever they want to. Oh, never mind. Auto attack not turned off. So they're just doing a lot of damage here. For every 4 damage they give or take, they go and they gain 1 energy back. So there's that. There also is a new upgrade for them. Instead of having the bonus energy regen that we used to see, now instead it's called Heaven Step. It's effectively Blink or like a mini dash. I can technically add music while editing for YouTube. This is true. I can also technically add... I could add this into the game right now. 1 second. All right, we got music. There we go, guys. It probably is not going to fit the game, but I do have Stormgate music files. So there we go. As now we're going to see a big attack going into this 4th base from Kelly. He's trying to play very greedy in this game. No tier 2 tech just yet, but he does have Infernal Fury, and that is very strong. So for now, Mixu's going to have to kite away. The pressure moves in and kills off a couple of these imps. It's going to back up for now. Now, Mixu, he does not have a 4th base just yet. He's on 3. He's got himself all these creation chambers. Unfortunately, we can't check if he has Heaven Step. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I saw it in the last fight, but We are now in this point where Mixu is starting to get a little bit more aggressive here. It looks like he doesn't really seem to want to go for a fourth base right now. Jeez, this bug. Stop zooming and stop jumping. There is a bit of a camera bug right now. He's now going to move in once again, and it's really cool what he does. Oh, man, Mixu's got this thing figured out. Runs in with the roly-poly boys, baits out the stuns from the brutes, and then just rolls backwards. He just baits the cards. This is fine. I'm not really trying to fight right now. He zones them out hard. He baits the cooldowns. And then he's able to take the fight because the brutes aren't getting on top of the Argents. Argents are shredding the brutes. It's a super cool little bit of micro. And it means that Mixu should be able to break this fourth base down. Kel, despite having 4 bases, well, unfortunately, his army is not nearly big enough here. We can just see this rally of Mixu across the map here. More and more creation chambers going down. More and more Korean Argents moving in as he gets on top of the Faerun. That's a big deal. That's a healing gone from this fight. But the fourth base is dead. The imps have been taken down as well. The Stormgate is just so good for Mixu here. It's on the rally. It's not somewhere else on the map. So fourth base goes down. A couple more gates or a couple more vaults are going to get taken down as well. And this is a dicey scenario for Kel at this point, as he does have a greater shrine. He's halfway to Elder.
A Stormgate has appeared.
And he's kind of banking some money. It looks like he wants to see if he can get the dragon out. Looks like that is what he wants to do, but he's going to back up for a second. The Stormgate will buy time for Kel. We'll give him that opportunity to, I think, get the dragon out. So he's got to do 2,000 damage to the Stormgate. That's going to take a while. Probably just going to try to get the Vile Lurker out of this. Nazar saying, hey, Nazar, you know what? If that happens, it happens. But in the meantime, I'm enjoying this game. I'm enjoying the changes that they've made. And I'm hoping that the ad campaign they're going to do around 0 points, around the early access campaign being ready to go, is going to do what it takes. But in the meantime, we got an attack here coming out of Mixu. Now, this is a decent defensive position. And we are very close to Kel having the dragon up as a bunch of Kree going to go into the main base. Kel trying to save the money desperately that he needs. He just needs 2 more Therium. 2 more Therium is all it takes, and he's going to have the dragon out here. Is it going to be enough? Well, the Sky Hunters are already here, so the anti-dragon tech out of the Stormgate that was added in, these Sky Hunters do a bunch of damage versus air units. I want to say, yeah, they stun up the air units as well. They give you that opportunity to get on top with the Heaven Step. And that dragon timing, I don't think it's going to be powerful enough. There's really nothing on the ground to counter it up here. So this dragon is just getting chain stunned, chased away. And that is, one of those times where it just works out perfectly for Mixu. He gets this is literally the first time I've seen Sky Hunters in this game, but it's making it very hard for the dragon to go win the fight. In the meantime, third base getting taken out, main base getting taken out here. The rally of Mixu is incredibly strong. More stuns are going to go down. I guess we don't have Heaven Step, because if you had Heaven Step, the dragon would just be dead. There we go. Last couple shots, actually not going to kill enough. I thought it would. But as it stands, there we go. Dragon's going to fall down. Kel is dead. 3-base push out of Mixu does more than enough in this game 1. Here we are on Black Spire Station. Home to what, in my mind, was the best single game of Stormgate that I have seen thus far. Mixu versus HYY last week. Incredible dimensional storm timing off the Stormstone, whatever it's called, off the tier 3 Stormgate, baiting him in, gets a massive dimensional storm, wipes Mixu's army. Mixu does end up winning the game, but the play there from Game Friend to go, or from HYY to kite Mixu back, to force him into a choke right here, which is where it happened, pulls Mixu in just about right here. Stormcaller goes in, just spawns immediately, spawns the dimensional storm, wipes that part of the army. Very, very cool gameplay. We need visual towers in the middle, another way to encourage players to send units to the middle of the map. Yeah, I'd be down for vision towers to come back. Yeah, I'll be honest, I tested creeps defending. This map also does not have music, so we got to turn the music back on. There we go. I'll be honest, I tested creeps defending a third, and it kind of just, yeah. There really is no point, as we're going to see some pressure coming out from Kel on the other side of the map here, but the link node is just about done, kiting away, and honestly, once the strike node's ready to go, So, okay, strike notes here. It's going to kill off these fiends. It's a little bit of pressure. It's going to kill off an Argent, but really nothing super impactful. And that is the benefit of having longer rush. I'm not actually sure what the rush distance is on this map. It's like 30, 32, 34 seconds, something like that. What is this magic box thing from the Infernals? Ah, yes. This is the new Iron Vault. This is the new, one of the new tier 1 production structures. This is the Conclave. And by the way, if you can see into the infernal world underneath the magic box. If you can kind of see these effects under the box, as I move around, you can kind of see this cool parallax effect into the other world. It's very cool. Missed the intro music. It was hype. I just kind of stopped doing it for Stormgate. Because I don't have no way to zoom in and do all the other intro stuff. It just didn't feel. It just felt kind of silly. The Iron Vault, the Conclave are not aligned in their rotation. Oh yeah, this is the biggest bug. This is a problem. Anyway, Stormgate's gonna go up on the left side here. By the way, this map has 4 Stormgates, not 5. So 20% of the time, a Stormgate will spawn right here and nothing will happen. So 20% of the time, there's no Stormgate to fight over, but as it stands, there is one that's gonna be happening right here. It's only gonna be 2 brutes. One of them just gets alpha struck. Second one is gonna get taken down as well. And man, there's one bug I'm gonna be excited for them to fix in 0.6, hopefully. It's this audio bug. The fact the sound just goes away around a Stormgate. Really, like, we've had some very cool moments around Stormgates up to this point. And it would be very nice. They would have been even better. As I love the star. I didn't really pay attention to this, but like the star effects through the Stormgate's awesome. But it would have been very nice. It would have made the situation that much more epic if we actually had game sounds around the Stormgate. Can we rebind hotkeys freely now? Some keys are just different for small hands. Yes, we can. There's a full hotkey rebind. And custom auto control groups as well. It's really robust. It's very well done. That was added in 0.3, 0.2, 0.3, I think. It was added at the start of the year. For now, though, a lot of pressure on top of the third base from Kel. It's a lot of Argents. You do have this creeping horror that just slows everything down. And, of course, we do not have any Infernal Fury on the way. In fact, the army of Kel is just non-existent here. He tried to be greedy on this setup, but the macro of our Celestial player is just way too strong. He's going to lose everything. Third base is going to go down, and it seems like we're not getting the epic late-game macro game. Kel's dead. Mixu up 2 games to 0. All right, so it's game 3, Deep Void Outpost, a map that I have yet to see, but look at the void here. Off in the dark, off in the void. Okay, that's cool. Look at this. We got some asteroids floating by, this orbital insertion scanner. Ariel's doing a great job painting these maps and giving them stories, which I do really like. On the one hand, I don't really care. Okay, we got some cheese coming in from Kel in this game number 3. And I think, well, Mixu's certainly seen it now. Take a look at Mixu's vision. He knows what's happening here. He sees the imps going in. He's gonna go drop a collection array pretty quickly. And you're just gonna go and build yourself a bunch of Shroud Stones. Shroud Stones, Tribute Pyres are going down here. It's gonna force a cancel on the natural. It's gonna put a lot of pressure on this creation chamber. That's gonna get surged up. I don't know how well this works. It's a single vault, double Shroud Stone. Now, the Pyre goes up very fast, and that will speed up the second Shroud Stone, certainly. But I don't think the second one gets up properly. It's just, yeah, it's gonna get targeted down. This first one, though, is there enough damage for it? Now, a couple fiends are gonna get added in. There is, of course, Shroud here, so the minus armor is pretty dang impactful, as the army is gonna continue to have to kite away. One Argent will fall. But this second Shroud Stone, it looks like it's gonna complete and get like 1 shot off, probably. Yeah, 1 shot off. That's just about it. Now we're gonna see more units go down, and this is just not gonna work. Is really the long and short of it. There is a Shroud Stone attempted in the main base, but Shroud Stones are kind of anemic in the damage that they do. They do some, certainly, but a couple Argents do take them down fairly quickly, so this is not gonna work out all that well. On the other side of the map, the Morph Core is doing a nice job, and Kel's kind of dead now, is the long and short of it, unfortunately, is that's going to be a kill, not a cancel on the north side. It is delaying this natural of Mixu down just a little bit, but Kel pulled 4 or 5 imps to make this happen. Oh, Matterino saying, this is your map. Awesome. I had thought that all of them had been Ariels, but yes, awesome. So happy to have, the map looks great, Matterino. Like it really does. I'm gonna say this, and this is like some of the highest praise I can think of. This looks like some of the better StarCraft 2 maps in terms of like the doodads and the painting and things, in terms of just like, oh, okay, you know, we just got the story of the map makes sense. So Droptim is saying, I just bought a compact keycard keyboard and the function keys are right next to the num keys. Great for camera. Yes, that is I have a KBD 75 that I built myself, and that is the #1 thing I was looking for. I did not want there to be a gap between my number row and my function row. So I don't have that. It's great. It makes me so happy. It's so much easier to use camera hotkeys. By the way, Matt, you are missing game music. So just one piece of feedback here. The map is gorgeous, but it is missing music. So that does need to get added in. But the first Stormgate now is going to go the way of Mixu once again. By the way, I know I've said this before, but Kel is supremely dead. He is insanely, especially now with the fray rate on the field, but even before that, he committed so much to make this all-in happen, and it didn't really do anything. But yes, also, as people are pointing out here, the cables hooking up to the Stormgates are sick. Like, yes, this is a map where they were trying to go and science the Stormgates, and instead, well, it didn't work out all that well. The 4 maps that are in the Ariel pool right now, I would be down, and again, I just don't think it's gonna happen. Pathing, please. Please. Come on, Favorite. I would be down to see all 4 maps, even if they're a little bit buggy. I would be down to see all 4 maps that are in the tournament pool today. Add those to the ladder pool, 10 out of 10, 100%, yes please. Even if they are a little bit buggy, they are still, I think, a lot better than the 3 maps that Frost Giant has made. And again, this is not me saying Frost Giant's horrible. Sorry if you made the maps for Frost Giant Dev, if you're one of the people that made the maps here and are listening to this, but I've said this from day one, we were not going to properly get good, like really good maps up until the point where the community got access to the map making tools. Up until that point, it was just not going to be a thing. Is now, oh, you're taking the fight here before Infernal Fury is done. That's just not the place. The scanner's getting added in. And by the way, I should point out, not a lot of trees on this map, so scanner, I don't know if you can light on these posts, but not a lot of spots for the scanner to go and like properly set itself up for, which is a little bit sad. But as it stands, you were dead anyways, but at least Infernal Fury would give you, you know, the broken skill. As it stands, Kel is still dead, more career running in, more Argents are running in, and this is just the slow death of our Infernal player. He's trying to do what he can. Did have a very lucky run in this tournament, all things considered. Was able to go, and his first 2 opponents didn't stack, did in fact forfeit out, but Kel is dead here. The cheese didn't work, and Mixu spot the finals.